It's a ground also with flats on 4 corners of the ground, so there's a prime view for the people in those flats looking out over the corners of the grounds. I remember coming here when Orient were in the Football League, and there was an enclosure on the far side of the ground on the Brisbane Road side, open terrace. Anyway, we're about to get underway. Leyton Orient are going to be going from left to right. In the first half, Carl Brook, the referee, just checking everybody's ready. So Orient left to right, all in red. Sutton all in amber, and it's Orient who get the game underway. And immediately Craig Eastman's in there with a good challenge, and then gets fouled by Craig Clay, and it's the first free kick of the afternoon for Sutton. Ball played wide for Dayton, brings it down nicely and finds Koroma. Koroma turns inside, he's got Judd going up the outside. Judd plays a good low cross in, but too close to Jamie Butler, who comes out well and takes it. And playing it down the line, looking for Ayunga might be in on the edge of the penalty area just for a moment there, and Ekpiteta had to move quite quickly, and in the end Judd could only clear it out of play for a Sutton throw. Anyway, it's a free kick to Sutton. This time the heavy artillery has gone forward because Nicky Bailey will take it. Drives it towards the corner of the penalty area. Flicked on by Beckwith, but Drynan had come in from beyond Beckwith, and in the end it's harmlessly away for a goal kick. Flicked on by Bond, looking for Koroma. Koroma under pressure from Bailey and from Clough. And it's got to be the first corner of the afternoon for Orient. Taken by Dayton on the right. Here it comes to the near post, headed away by Eastman. Comes back to Dayton. Beaten Eastman this time, gets into the penalty area, pulls it back, and it's got a touch there, I think, off Dale Bennett. And it's come all the way out to Koroma, I think it is, almost playing as a left back, who swung a wonderful pass out to this side to McAnuff, who turns inside Davis. Now looks for Bond going in on the right. Clough should get there first and does, makes an excellently judged tackle, but Bond recovers first. Close to the touchline, but that's where Thomas comes in to help. Eventually it might come to Dayton. Dayton goes over, feels he was pushed by Thomas, referee having none of it. Ball played downfield, headed back by Coulson to Brill, but first Orient left, so we're a right-footed in-swinger. Referee just having a word with Ayunga, who wasn't best pleased to have that given against him, but now having the decency to allow Ayunga to take up his position in the middle as McAnuff's corner comes in. Widdowson getting in with a header, it's blocked on the line. Is it by Aswad Thomas? Thomas got his knee in the way of that. Jamie Butler not happy about something, but my word, that was close. Takes the goal kick, drives it down, looking for Ayunga, who's out jumped by Widdowson. Eastman then gets in a good header and finds Ayunga on the right. Again, Widdowson with him. This time Ayunga's turned inside him, and was he fouled? No, the referee says no, but Bennett's won there, and it's come back to Ayunga. He's played it back to Bennett. Now can Sutton get bodies in the box? He can. There comes Tommy Wright at the near post. Can't quite get his foot round it. Ekpiteta did well enough, and in fact it's a goal kick. 0-0 the score at the moment. Butler drives the ball forward, looking for Beckwith. There's all sorts of holding going on there, but nobody turns it. Ayunga lays it off, comes to Wright, and it's a free kick to Sutton. Davis looks as though he fancies it, and does. Right-footed, but beyond the angle of post and bar. But now here's Bailey for Sutton, following that Orient throw-in. Plays it full in to Ayunga, but again wouldn't quite run for the Sutton striker. Headed back by Clough to Davis. Davis chips it to Bennett, who I think had some problems with the sun then. Did very well to lay it off to Bailey. Bailey, right edge of the penalty area, putting it into Ayunga. This time he's in space, Ayunga, but again the touch just a little bit heavy. Ekpiteta is across to marshal it out. McAnuff looking for Koroma on the edge of the penalty area. McAnuff again, checks inside. Left-footed cross comes in, and Clay always struggling to get on the end of that. Dale Bennett making sure he couldn't either. As Bailey takes the free kick towards the edge of the penalty area. Ayunga is out jumped. Davis gets a header, and now comes to McAnuff. McAnuff goes past Eastman, and now Lee coming over the halfway line, chased by Davis, who's on a booking, so he's got to be careful. Lays it out to Koroma. Koroma cutting in. Lee's gone outside. Comes through to Bond. Here we are, edge of the penalty area, but eventually lays it off to Dayton, just attacking the penalty area. He's got Judd going outside him. Eventually he's crowded out. The header from Bond, but it's straight at Butler. Didn't really have the power on it. As he does, referee looks at his watch. Ekpiteta heads it forward, and indeed now referee Carl Brook blows the half-time whistle. A scoreless first half. Away to the league, unbeaten league leaders. In an atmosphere like this, Sutton will be quite happy to have got through to the interval at 0-0, and would be, I'm sure, quite happy to get through the next 45 minutes to 0-0 as well, as we know we don't get started, because Jonah Iunga was halfway to Stratford before Craig Eastman kicked off, and so it's a full start. There's a second full start, and now the referee is going to have a word with Craig Eastman about kicking off when he blows the whistle. Thought he was going to have a word with Drynan about going forward this time, but the referee, third time lucky. Loud cheer from the supporters, and eventually we're off and underway, and it's played through, and eventually immediately Eastman trying to get Tommy Wright in, and then chested off to Drynan and out to Dale Bennett. Sutton on the front foot at the start of the half here. Bennett trying to play it through to Wright, but Coulson is across before to go. Sutton gathers the ball and rolls it out to McAnuff, the Orient captain, Joby McAnuff, going over the halfway line, but Drynan immediately is back, and then Bailey is in as well, and Clay now swings a good crossfield pass out to Judd, but Iunga's back well, and this time the referee, who picked on Jonah Iunga a little bit in the first half, but not this time, and Thomas gave Iunga too much to do then with that pass, and now Sutton could be in problems, but Clough is across well to cover. Just for a moment there, Thomas was out of position, but now here's Lee to Dayton. It sounded like, but Dayton might have shown a bit too much there. Comes across field, plays it to Clay, and now on to Widowson on this side, the Orient left. Orient playing from right to left in the second half here. Widowson gets it back, close to the touchline. Plays it back to Lee, and Clay rather, and Clay, it's cut out by Drynan, who now goes over the halfway line and plays a good ball out to the left there to Iunga now. A few yards outside the penalty area, Iunga attacking, he's got Jupp inside him. Iunga comes in, hits a right foot shot, and he scored! Jonah Iunga's first goal for Sutton is at the Breyer Group Stadium at home, away to the league leaders. The goalkeeper won't be happy, it went to his right and inside the post. But 3 minutes into the second half, it's Leyton Orient 0, Sutton 1, and it's Jonah Iunga, his first goal for the club. But again Iunga, this time he's kind of has to control it, but he's still got it and has taken Judd on again, and Iunga's shaking Judd off, getting towards the edge of the penalty area, going in, still with the ball Iunga. That's brilliant work from the Sutton striker, but in the end possibly should have laid it off, but eventually tried a shot. Instead Bailey playing it towards Drynan, but out for a goal kick. And what a moment that was. But now Sutton presumably going to have to do even more defending than they did in the first half. As did Sutton win possession though, back with Tommy Wright now. Eastman did it, Tommy Wright, right edge of the penalty area, but chopped off by Coulson and comfortably saved by the goalkeeper. And he's now going to, so it's going to be a reprise of the sort of corner with Wright with the free kick, and it's looking for Drynan far post, but rather like Dayton's just before half time, it's overhit. Battling as hard as they did in the first half to limit Orient's sight of goal, which in the first half they did very well. As Lee is again caught, and is he caught there by Eastman? And he was, and Eastman is booked. And that might mean, and I should have checked before I came out, but I have a feeling that could mean that Eastman will be missing the game at Barrow next week. The team in amber, who lead by a goal to 0. A mistake there by Judd, but just about recovers, shakes off Wright, and Wright has stayed down and looks in a degree of pain on the far side there. Orient playing on for the moment, and here's Dayton. Dayton plays it forward looking for Bon, all miscued by Clough. It's going to come from Macaulay Bon, and Bon with his second sight of goal of the afternoon. His first one was a weak header, and that one has sent the ball onto the roof of the stand away to my left. Bennett, he's got Drynan outside him, it's all still quite tight. Bennett gets it back, Sutton just happy to play the ball around at the moment. Bennett wanting a little bit of support in the end. It's a fairly casual ball in, but an even worse piece of defending by Coulson's giving it back to Drynan. And now Davis trying to put Bennett in on the right, chipped it forward. Bennett gets there, hooks the ball across. Eastman coming in, all sorts of muddles there. It's going to come to Iunga inside the penalty area, and Judd charges it down. It comes to Davis outside the penalty area, getting in the way a bit was Iunga. Davis still has it. He's got Aswad Thomas coming up on the left. Thomas, left-footed cross. First time. Can Drynan get there? No, it's not. It's a poor cross from Thomas behind the goal and out for a goal kick. But also comes on. We're going to see Wayne Brown in a minute for Sutton. It's possibly to bolster the midfield as Drynan just didn't quite make the interception there. As McAnuff, good ball out to the left to Brophy and a bit of space here, being chased by Bolarimwa, but cuts inside Bolarimwa into the penalty area, goes past Bolarimwa, goes past Bennett, and in the end some excellent covering by Bailey and Bennett, and some instructions from Ian Baird. And Bennett, one of the five out there at the moment who is on a yellow card, so takes the throw in now and finds Drynan, who's been excellent this afternoon, holds up well again there and manages to not find Bennett in the end, forces out for a throw-in, and it's a throw-in to Orient. Drynan, who's set up Ayunga's goal just after half-time with a good run and cross-field pass. Widowson, throw-in down the line, flicked on by Bon. Beckwith and Alabi wrestling, nothing in it there. Long ball down the middle, Bolarimwa will give that a chase. Ekpateta gets there first, knocks it back to Brill, who rolls it out again to the centre half, who'll come forward as quickly as he can, challenged by Bolarimwa, but Bailey is in there to win the ball as it came forward off Karoma, and now Bolarimwa into Wishart with a chance to come forward here. Wishart across the face of the penalty area, but is stopped in the end, and Orient bring it away. Ball played out to Brophy, who just about manages to slide and keep it in, and then gets up and has a chance to attack here. Brophy cuts inside, then goes left again. Still faced by Drynan, manages to block the cross, but Brophy will get a second chance, puts it in towards the far post, headed away by Thomas. It's going to come to Karoma on the far side. Thomas going out to meet him. He's got McAnuff supporting him just behind him if he wants him. Karoma now lays it back to Gorman. Gorman right foot shot, and it's hit the bar. It's hit the bar. Brown heads it away. Widowson heads it back. Wishart then heads it up to the halfway line. Ekpateta. Bolarimwa gets in and wins it, and then played forward by Wishart, and Bolarimwa, only 4 players in the half at the moment. Bolarimwa looking to put Wayne Brown in on the right, and Brill gets there first, just takes it off the head of the midfielder who's now again nowhere really to go. We've got Brophy again, Bolarimwa facing up with Brophy coming in cross field, but again finds Gorman to Coulson, but they're still in the centre circle. Gorman again, under pressure this time from Brown, plays it forward to Bon. Bon is intercepted by Bailey, Brown gets a touch in, and Eastman comes away with it, just about manages to stay up, but is then met by a crunching tackle from McAnuff, which sends it out for a throw-in, and Eastman, I think, feels he got slightly more of Eastman than the ball there, but Eastman playing quite well forward actually in the last 5 minutes. Now it's McAnuff though for Orient, but again Sutton covering well. Little flick on this time. Clough comes in, but the ball is played out, but it's to Brophy here on the left. Brophy, can he get a left foot cross in? It's covered by Bennett. Take it. Bennett. Right footed corner. Here it comes. Everybody in. Flicked away by Drynan. It's going to be an Orient throw. Gorman going across to take it quickly. Not taking it quickly, eventually finds Alabi comes into Gorman inside the penalty area, trying to get a shot away, comes to Clay chips it in, headed away by Bolarimwa. Back now to Brophy. Eastman gets a foot in and forces Brophy wide, and Brophy still has it, shaped by Bolarimwa this time. Bolarimwa and Bennett. It's going to be another Orient corner. Desperate defending this by Sutton. McAnuff again. Here it comes. Clough this time away with a header. We're into the 6th minute of injury time. It's out to Gorman. Gorman chips it back. It's blocked. Referee puts his whistle to his mouth. It's a brilliant win for Sutton. Orient's unbeaten record, top of the table, is ended. Jonah Ayunga